What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, wanted to bring you a practice report, one of the few practice reports that the Indianapolis Colts are going to have before they travel to Germany. But before we do that, just want to say again, this episode is sponsored by FanDuel. Again, guys, the Colts are basically 6.5 point favorites against the Atlanta Falcons. So obviously, Colts heavy favorites right now, almost an entire score and a half above. So, I mean, definitely take advantage of it right now. Or if you think Atlanta pulls off the upset, you can do that too. But check it out today. Shout out to FanDuel. Okay, so 8 names on here to start out this practice report. Not as bad as it was last week coming into the week. And honestly, there's not a lot to go into this. But we'll just go ahead and hop right into this here. Talking about what everybody wants to know, or in case anyone didn't know. Cornerback Sauce Gardner, he is in Indianapolis today. Physicals were all good. And he was practicing today with the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I will say this. I honestly didn't even know this when we traded for him. Sauce Gardner is currently in concussion protocol. Now, don't be alarmed. He is in concussion protocol because he suffered a concussion during, I believe it was week 7. So he missed week 8's game for the Jets. I believe that was the game in which they beat the Bengals. And then the Jets had a bye week this last week. So it has been over 2 weeks since he went out with that concussion. So Sauce Gardner not in a red uniform or in anything like that. He's in his normal uniform. He was a full participant at practice. He still remains in the protocol, but all things are looking in the right direction. And if things, barring any setbacks, Sauce Gardner should be good to go for Sunday. That was from Shane Steichen. He obviously has to practice at least Thursday and then go through the NFL, NFL's third party to make sure that he clears the protocol before he can play on Sunday. But if everything goes as planned, Sauce Gardner will play on Sunday as long as he gets out of the protocol by then. So again, positive spin on things. Gardner did not speak with the media today because he is currently in concussion protocol. So that's against the rules there. So we won't hear from Gardner until he actually gets out of protocol, but I'm sure Colts media will do their best to get a hold of him as soon as possible when he's cleared of that to go. It is hilarious watching like the people on social media react to this report and be like, that shit really says Sauce Gardner. It really says Sauce Gardner. I can't believe it. Yeah. So, he was the only full participant on there. Good sign going forward this week. We'll keep you updated on that. DeForest Buckner's on here. Did not practice. That's a neck injury. Again, I wouldn't say that this is anything too crazy. I mean, even if there's a little bit of pain there, or even just a little bit of a hurt, DeForest Buckner usually toughs this stuff out. And also, it wasn't something that was severe after the fact. I mean, it might just be for rest concerns, obviously. So not too worried about Buckner being on here. We've seen worse from him. Ebukam, knee injury, still not practicing yet. Haven't seen him for quite a few weeks now, and we may still not get a chance to see him this week either. Matt Gonsalves, personal day. Again, he lost his father, unfortunately, last week. I don't know if it's like funeral details and stuff or something to be with his family. I don't know. Obviously, this is all going on. And then of course he's going to have to travel right to Germany. So that's a huge issue. Uh, might just be spending time with the family right now. I don't know how that works, but all in all, again, not a huge issue for that going forward. Anthony Gould, knee injury, still not practicing. Again, that's actually kind of a big loss because again, we saw what happened last week with Josh Downs. He committed a turnover on a punt that should have a punt return that should have never happened, and that's obviously not something he does a lot of. So sucks again if we were to lose Gould for return duties. Tyquan Lewis, groin injury, again, did not play last week and is still having that same issue right now. So there's that. Two other players, Kenny Moore, did not practice today. Again, it was the Achilles, but like I said, guys, he's been on the injury report for several weeks now and with that Achilles and did not practice the first day. Again, as we said last week and as we said the week prior, Kenny is usually using that first Wednesday to be able to just get an extra rest day for that Achilles. They give him that extra time. So again, I wouldn't look too far into it again. We said that the last 2 weeks and it's been fine, and I don't see any reason why this is any different. And then Pittman with a glute injury. Somebody said Pitt is butthurt. That was a good one, but yeah, so Michael Pittman, I wouldn't look too much into it. Again, he played at the end of that game, and Steichen even said it that like I'm not too worried about it after the game. So again, might just be a hurt somewhere, and might just be getting rest. Again, that's what some of these veterans will give you, right? So as far as being of a major concern to not play this week, pretty much the same three guys that we had last week, which was Ebukam, Gold, and Lewis, because we haven't really been given any updates on the severity of their statuses. Not worried about Kenny, really. Not worried about Pittman. Not worried about Buckner. And as long as Gardner continues to practice this week, then things are going to be looking good for him potentially to play on Sunday too. So again, I'm not too worried about it. So again, practice report, not looking too bad in this one. So let me know your thoughts on this, guys. Shout out to FanDuel for sponsoring. Thank you so much. And as always, go Colts.